Caitlin Clark creating nightmare for WNBA players and coaches. Seattle Storm head coach Noelle Quinn believes that Caitlin Clark is still a matchup nightmare, even though the WNBA Rookie of the Year has suffered a shooting slump. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark has struggled from deep since returning from a quadriceps injury, but Seattle Storm head coach Noelle Quinn believes that she remains a nightmare due to her other strengths. Clark has missed 5 games through injury this season, but made a statement return after scoring 32 points in a 102-88 victory over the New York Liberty on June 14th. Days later, Clark was at the center of a heated battle against the Connecticut Sun as she was shoved to the floor after being hit by J.C. Sheldon. The Fever also won that game as Clark scored 20 points and made 4 of 6 attempts from range. However, since that fierce clash against Connecticut, Clark has made just 1 three-pointer in 100 minutes of WNBA action, but she remains a nightmare, according to Quinn. On Tuesday, the Fever ended a losing slump with a 94-86 win over the Storm. However, Clark failed to hit double figures for the first time this season, scoring just 6 points in 31 minutes. Clark did have 9 assists, 3 steals, and 2 rebounds, but her shooting was uncharacteristic. Clark missed all 6 three-point attempts and was 3 of 13 from the field. Despite this, Quinn heavily praised Clark and singled her out. Quote, "Is a matchup nightmare because she can pass, shoot, and do a lot of good things on the basketball court." Quinn said, "I like our attention to detail on her. I like how we're staying in plays. And I like that we're getting our hand up and making it difficult." Clark's slump against Seattle was the latest disappointment after she struggled from range in recent losses to the Las Vegas Aces and the Golden State Valkyries. Clark was 1 of 10 from range against Las Vegas and missed all 7 attempts against Golden State. The long-distance shots have become Clark's trademark, with the WNBA Rookie of the Year often scoring from the logo. Clark is still averaging 18.2 points this season, but she's averaged 8.6 points in her last 3 games. Clark is frustrated with her recent run and aware that her performance hasn't been good enough. However, the 23-year-old is confident it's just a slump in form and nothing more serious. There are going to be stretches that are really good, and there's going to be stretches that aren't as good. And obviously it's frustrating as you want them to go in. Clark said, "I don't feel like it's anything that's off necessarily. I got to find a way to continue to shoot and remain confident in myself because I know I've put the time in. I don't feel like it's anything that's off necessarily, but yeah, it would have been nice if they went down." The Fever are currently 7-7 and clinging on to a playoff spot as the 2025 WNBA regular season approaches halfway. They are next in action against the 4-11 Los Angeles Sparks on Thursday, June 26. When Caitlin Clark stepped into the WNBA, the league braced itself, but no one was truly ready for the storm she would bring. A once-in-a-generation talent with a knack for electrifying crowds and humbling defenders, Clark didn't just join the professional ranks, she detonated into them. The word nightmare is often tossed around in sports, but when players and coaches talk about facing Caitlin Clark, there's an edge to it. Respect mixed with anxiety, admiration laced with a hint of dread, because she isn't just redefining what it means to be a rookie, she's rewriting the way the WNBA is played. From college phenom to professional problem. It started, as all storms do, with a warning. At the University of Iowa, Clark lit up the scoreboard, routinely burying logo threes, orchestrating no-look passes, and putting up video game numbers. Her college career ended as the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, man or woman. But skeptics wondered, would that translate to the pros? Could she dominate against the best athletes in the world? Clark didn't wait long to answer. In her first month in the WNBA, she dropped 30-point games, pulled up from 35 feet, and handed out assists that made seasoned veterans shake their heads in disbelief. But more than numbers, what really unnerved opponents was her confidence, an unshakable belief that she could bend the court to her will. "She sees things before they happen," said one opposing coach after a close loss to Clark's team. "You can plan for her, throw double teams, traps. She just finds another way to hurt you. She's a nightmare breaking defensive schemes and egos." There's something deeply unsettling about guarding Caitlin Clark. Coaches come in with plans, blitz her on pick and rolls, force her left, switch everything, deny her the ball. But execution is another story. She manipulates space like a veteran guard who's been in the league for 10 years, said a WNBA all-defensive player. It's one thing to guard someone quick. It's another when they're 3 steps ahead of you and can shoot from the logo. Her range forces defenders to pick her up near half court, exposing help defenders and creating lanes for her teammates. Her court vision shatters zones, and her swagger, it rattles even the most composed players. She plays with fire, not arrogance, but with the kind of energy that makes everyone else question if they're doing enough.